Hey, what's up, guys? It's Key again here with a video on how I personally build my characters. They're not by any means close to being finished, of course. It's an ongoing project, but a few of my characters, they're at a better place right now compared to my other ones that I do want to build up as well. So my main characters that I usually use are Keiching, Fischl, Klee, and Chi-Chi. Obviously, Klee, she's I'm not gonna have her and Keiching on the same team. I'm not gonna have like two strong DPS on the same team, but I like running around with them because she's cute. So usually when I'm doing a spiral abyss, I'll put Xiangling in instead, and I need to work on her a lot actually. So, anyways, my Keiching, I recently switched over to two-piece Thundering Fury and two-piece Gladiator. Before I had her on a full set of Gladiator, and that would be so the wielder of this artifact set uses a sword, claymore, or polearm, increases their normal attack damage by 35%. So that's just what I had. And we got a lot of gladiator pieces from all the weekly bosses and stuff, so it was fairly easy to get. And yeah, that's just what I had on her at first. And then I decided I'm gonna go the two-piece Thundering Fury and two-piece Gladiator set route because that's just what I prefer. I know a lot of people in my Twitch chat were telling me that Thunder Soother is really good on Keiching as well if you want to go the four-piece set. But I don't know. To me, it just didn't seem too worth it for me. Personally, I did not think that the four-piece Thundering Fury set fit very well on Keiching. That's more of a official sort of deal. Because I use her more for reactions than anything, and for Keiching, I kind of use her a mix, physical damage and electro damage. So then I just decided to go with two-piece Thundering Fury and two-piece Gladiator, since that's kind of like the hybrid, You get the electro damage bonus plus 15% and the attack plus 18%. And then for my official, I actually went with the Thundering Fury full set, of course, like I said before, because I use her more for reactions than anything. So the 4-piece set gives you increases damage caused by overload, electro charge, and superconduct by 40%, triggering such effects decreases elemental skill cooldown by 1 second, can only occur once every zero point 0.8 seconds. So that's like really awesome on her for me compared to Keiching. And my official is actually max consolation, so I've been trying to stack more attack on her and such, since her abilities, they do damage off of attack as well. So like here it says when Knight Riders use it, deals an additional 200% attack as damage, and its AoE is increased by 50%, and then down here too, extends the duration of Oz's presence on the field by 2 seconds. Additionally, Oz attacks with your active character when present, dealing 30% official's attack as electro damage. So I've been trying to put more attack and like energy recharge on official. Eventually, if I have a random piece too that has electro damage, like I do on Keiching, because I have this gladiator piece that has electro damage on it. So I just leveled that up. That would probably be good too. Oh, and then I do need to actually eventually try to get more crit rate on my characters too. My crit rate percent is like really low, 18.6, and then I think Klee is 10.9, but her crit damage is 108, but I just don't crit often enough to, to make it go crazy, because every once in a while I'll see like 35,000 damage for crit rate, but it doesn't happen too often. I need to work on that, try to get more crit rate. And then as for Keiching's weapon, I actually use the Lion's Roar, base stat is attack percent and increases damage against enemies affected by pyro or electro by 36%. So I actually have it refinement rank 5. I know people were telling me in my Twitch chat as well that the black sword is actually a really good weapon for Kei-Ching, but I just didn't think it was worth the trade-off for the base attack percent stat. But I mean, that's a really nice number though for the crit rate. And it heals you as well using this sword. Increases damage dealt by normal and charge attacks by 20%. Additionally, regenerates 60% of attack as HP when normal and charge attack score crit hit. This effect can occur once every 5 seconds. I mean, it's really tempting, but it's really hard for me to let go of my refinement ring 5 Lion's Roar. And it's just, I don't know. I can't let go. I can't. And eventually though, we'll be able to refine the black sword even more because so far the weapons are the same in the battle pass. So I actually purchased the battle pass the second time around as well. So we'll be able to get that black sword refinement rank 2 when that time comes. So right now I just have it on Jean. Eventually I'll build her up too. I'm not quite sure what artifact set I'll go with her yet. Right now I just have 2-piece maiden and 2-piece viridescent, and I have like a healing bonus headpiece on her. But the Noblesse set looked pretty nice too, at least a 2-piece for her, maybe even full, because here, let me see. Using an elemental burst increases all party members' attack by 20% for 12 seconds, which sounds pretty nice. And the 2 pieces elemental burst damage plus 20%. So you can just sit there and hold her E. I always get confused between elemental burst and elemental skill. So wait, elemental burst is the Q ability. Elemental skill is the E. I just have to sit there and think about it every single time. I don't know why it's so confusing to me. I really don't. And then my official, she looks pretty weak right now. Her attack's only 1k. Her artifacts are not leveled up at all whatsoever. I'm working on fixing this. There's just so many other things that I want to work on, or other characters. So I recently got Kei-Ching level 80 and her weapon level 80. Klee as well, and Chi-Chi. So I'm working on official next, and all the other characters' artifacts are kind of leveled up decently compared to Fischl. The weapon that I actually use on Fischl is a stringless. Elemental Mastery is the base stat. Increases elemental skill and elemental burst damage by 30%. So in my opinion, I think this one's the best bow on her. I only have it refined to rank 2, but hopefully later on we'll get more if I decide to summon more. Only free Primo Gems though. I am not going to wail. I repeat, I am not going to wail. But anywho, yeah, I'm just gonna try to focus on Thundering Fury set on her. I'm trying to find good piece. Hopefully I'll get a good piece too, that some random piece that has like electro damage on it, maybe some energy recharge. Because I think that's what I'm gonna really focus on, is the attack, electro damage, and energy recharge. And then for Klee, I actually have Crimson Witch of Flame set on her. Right now, she's sitting at 2.8k damage. I sacrificed a lot of like defense and HP just so I could get a pretty high attack on her. So she's really squishy in the first place. But with the route that I went, she's even squishier. So I just have to be really careful and not get hit, but I get hit a lot. I'm still working on trying to get better pieces, most definitely. Especially a hat too, but even if I do, it's kind of hard to let go because it has 35% crit damage on it, but it has 3 subsets that I don't really care about. So, so you know, I'll probably eventually let it go once I eventually get a better piece. Her pieces aren't looking too great right now, but it's the best I got. Of course, I'm going to try to stack attack on her. I would love to get more crit rate on her as well, because like I said, right now her crit damage percent is at 108%, and my crit rate percent is only at 10. So I need to get that up desperately. And then the weapon I'm using is actually the Skyward Atlas. Base stat is attack percent. This is the best book I have on her. I know people are saying like the eye perception is pretty good on her, and the Lost Prayer, I think it's called. I just don't have those. The Skyward Atlas is the pretty much the only book that I could really use on her. I'm not complaining. I'm really not complaining. Actually, I was really upset when I first got this book because I got it towards the beginning before Klee came out, and I didn't even know about Klee, and I was like, I can't put this on anyone, so I just had it sitting on Sucrose for a really long time, and I didn't really use Sucrose either, and I was just like, you know what? One day, eventually, we'll use it, and it's a pretty decent book, to be honest with you. Increases elemental damage bonus by 12%. Normal attack hits have a 50% chance to earn the favor of the clouds, which actively seek out nearby enemies to attack for 15 seconds, dealing 100% or 160%, excuse me, attack damage. Can only occur once every 30 seconds. So in my opinion, it's not a terrible book at all, and it's a 5-star, so I'm not really complaining. Base stat is attack percent, so you know it works well on her. I feel like the cloud it comes pretty often, to be honest with you. And then for Chi-Chi, I'm actually still building her up too. Of course, she doesn't have a lot of 5-star artifacts on her, and she only has 2, and the other one's not really leveled up. It's just something random that I put on since it had cryo damage bonus. But I decided to go with the Maiden set. At first, I did the Exile for the energy recharge, but I just felt like she just wasn't really healing too much, and I had crappy pieces too, so I was like, whatever, I'll just try Maidens, and it's going pretty well. And I got this decent flower too, crit damage percent, attack percent, crit rate. So that's, I think this flower was the one where I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna switch Chi-Chi to Maiden. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to stack attack on her, of course, because her healing scales off of attack, and then possibly like energy recharge if I can, crit rate, crit damage, of course. You know, that's all the good stuff right there. All the good stuff right there. The weapon that I'm using on her is actually the flute. For attack percent, base stat, normal charge attacks have a harmonic on hits. Gaining 5 harmonics triggers the power of music and deals 125% attack damage to surrounding enemies. Harmonics last up to 30 seconds, and a maximum of 1 can be gained every 0.5 seconds. So I have this on refinement rank 2 as well. At first, because I said I used to use the Exile artifact set on her for the energy recharge. And then when I did use that, I also put the sacrificial sword on her, and the base stat on that one was energy recharge as well. But like I said, she wasn't healing enough. Sure, she was getting like her elemental skill and elemental burst up, you know, very often. It just wasn't doing as much. It really wasn't. And like her hits were pretty weak as well. I was hitting for like 100 to 200. And now it's not much of a difference. Okay, it's a big difference to me, in my opinion, because sometimes I see her hit for like 3,000 as well, but she's hitting more so like 500, 400 consistently. So when I'm in co-op and stuff, and I'm on Chi-Chi, I'm there for healing, but at least I can do some damage to it, not just like tickle them too much. I have a lot to work on her still, but I actually almost have her at 2k attack. I think before I switched her off and everything to fix her up, she was like not even 1,000 damage. So it's a great improvement. It really is hard getting all these artifacts, getting the mora for it, getting fodder to level them up, weapon material to level up to, and it's just, it's a slow grind, but I like it. I like it. If you guys have any tips on how I should be building my characters better, or have any questions, please do comment down below. Or you can join us on Twitch. I stream every day except for Wednesdays and Sundays now. So we'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully it was somewhat helpful, somewhat useful. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.